Hello, my name's Tim Roberts, the Acting Executive Director of the Australasian Fleet Management Association. AfMA is the peak fleet industry body representing over 550 members with 800,000 vehicles Australia-wide. And the association is extremely concerned with the impact the proposed changes to the Fringe Benefit Tax legislation will have on the wider business community. The changes, as announced and without any consultation, will substantially affect general business, the new vehicle manufacturing sector, dealers, industry suppliers, fleet managers and specialised leasing providers who have already been severely impacted by the proposed changes. FBT legislation is applicable to any non-salary benefit an employee may receive from their employer. In the instance of company-supplied vehicles, it's a tax levied on the employer, and in a salary sacrifice novated lease, the tax becomes the responsibility of the employee. To be very clear, the salary sacrifice option is part of current FBT legislation, and it causes AfMA great concern that people using this legitimate framework, which was implemented and maintained by successive governments, are labelled as rorting the system. In the wider context of business, it's also essential to appreciate that the fleet management industry plays a significant role in national economic activity. Fleet purchases account for more than 50% of all new vehicle registrations. Under the proposed FBT legislation, all businesses will now be required to abandon the statutory method. In comparing the applicable FBT payment for a company vehicle valued at $35,000, evaluated under the statutory formula of 20%, against one using the operating cost method with non-business usage of 80%, which is not uncommon, we see an increase in the FBT cost of almost 67%. That's an additional $4,500 per vehicle, and for a 100 vehicle fleet, this equates to an additional cost of $450,000 per annum. Now, under these circumstances, it's likely that companies will be quick to divest themselves of vehicles by fleet reductions or by providing a vehicle allowance to affected employees as an alternative. And these actions will substantially and adversely impact on new vehicle sales and initiate a rise in grey fleet vehicles, which are personally owned vehicles used for business purposes, and they present serious occupational health and safety issues. Adding to the impost of these changes, financially and operationally, will be a dramatic increase in the administrative burden to business. Converting to an operating calculation is not simply a matter of downloading an app. It requires each vehicle to undergo a unique calculation to determine the FBT applicable each year. AfMA see these changes as so profound and far-reaching that it will take some time to fully appreciate the extent and impact they will have on many sectors of the economy. So what can you do? There are 3 simple steps. The first is to share this message with your colleagues and industry peers. The second is to review the impact this legislation will have on your own business. And the third is to communicate your concerns to AfMA, your local federal and state member of parliament, the Treasurer and the Shadow Treasurer's office. Thank you.